There we go. I think you guys can hear me, right? Now you guys can hear me. Okay, we're gonna have some fun. I mean, not really much fun because I'm boring. Just a stupid idiot. This is Blue October. First time I've ever listened to these people. I just literally accidentally skipped over like a minute. I accidentally clicked on 1 minute like in the video. And from what I'm hearing, I'm liking the voice. But Blue October, fear. Let's get into this because it's 9:56 and I need to record some more, okay? See, I got this here and the headphones push. Doesn't feel good, especially when I try to fix my glasses up. Nah, it doesn't feel good. Certain earrings that I have that don't hurt, these ones do. Alright, so let's get into this. Just like that one guy, I forgot what his reactor. You watch this video as I drink my water, which water is Diet Coke for me. No. You smash that like button as I drink this water. I think it is. I don't know.
All my life, been running from a pain in me.
Woo.
A feeling I don't understand. It's holding me down.
Dang, is this I don't even know, dude. Like, just those beginning words. I have a fear in me that holds me down that I don't understand. I don't know. Those lyrics right there, just I can relate to that. I can. Because the fear that I have is like community and being with people and wanting to talk to them, but at the same time, I absolutely don't want community because I'm afraid to be rejected and problems to start, because obviously I've had problems in church. I've had people, friends and everything, and it's like I have this fear of getting too close to people and therefore I leave. I did that actually before with a group of friends that were really, really close. I went over to their house all the time and I would go watch their son play soccer, and the more I went over to their house, it was like I couldn't help myself thinking like something's gonna happen and I'm gonna do something or I'm gonna accidentally hurt somebody and it's gonna be over. And so I ran away in a sense. I just kind of like disappeared off the face of the earth and I stopped texting them. And it's a fear of, I can understand it at the same time that I don't know why I can't overcome it. Probably so confusing for all of you to hear, but that's how I feel. And I post things on Instagram occasionally, I'm complicated. Heck yeah, I'm really complicated. Like, you do not want to get in my mind. Am I afraid? And am I full of like rejection and hurt and pain? Absolutely. And that is like one of the biggest things that I deal with is fear of being like let go or forgotten or rejected, because like my whole past was like bullying and trying to figure myself out, and obviously Satanism, to the point where it's just like I didn't know what was gonna happen. Being told I couldn't be in the youth group, kids group, you could say, at the Catholic Church before we moved down to Florida. Everything was like piled up and it was just adding on top of each other. And then finding out that I was adopted, it's just like, oh my goodness, why did if I was never born, my parents would be alive, or why would my parents give me up? They must not liked me, and all that stuff. So it's just piling up on top of each other.
Rain on me, underwater, all I am, getting harder anyway, carry around.
Heavy weight that you just carry around. Dude, I can...
Today, I don't have to fall apart. I don't have to let the damage consume me. My shadows see through me, 'cause fear in itself will reel you in and spit you out over and over again. Believe in yourself and you will walk.
Okay, so this is like very encouraging. I like this, but at the same time, I can't. I can't. Okay, so there's two different parts of me, okay? It's funny to say this because I go out to the streets and I do ministry, and then there's like, I have friends and everything, okay? Friends, or, I only have like one friend, and he's Ben. That's all I have. And it's really who I only really talk to and hang out with. So there's people and people I know and the ministry and the people that I talk to. And there's two different types of fear in my life. There's fear of what's interesting. I fear rejection and being put to the side with people that I know and I like see at church, versus not really fear of being rejected on ministry. It's more like fear of them running away, in a sense of like or like hurt and pain, and if they're gonna do something towards me, I don't know. It's like two different sides of me, Like, I'm not afraid to be rejected by people. It's more I'm afraid to be rejected by those I love and I think I love and care about. You know what I mean? I'm so complicated. I don't know. Like, I've never been able to overcome the fear of, like, people and friends and family that I would know. But I can overcome the fear of being rejected by people. It's interesting. I don't know. It's weird. Love the song, though.
You and break you down like you were never enough. Yeah, I used to fall, now I get back up.
I'll tell you a story in just a second. This actually just happened to me.
I'm up here, I'm looking at the way down there, and I'm staring through the I don't care, but it's staring back at me. The beauty is, I'm learning how to face my beast, starting now to find some peace, and set myself free.
That's the one thing that I'm always told, is that you have to defeat the whole fear thing. You can't fear this in order to be set free. I don't think fear is bad. I think it can be used to make good and wise decisions. I think it's weird. Let me tell you the story of like me, like afraid and not really overcoming. I want to overcome it, but I can't. It's complicated, and it's so much easier for me to speak in a camera and talk to you guys than it is for me to talk to somebody in person. And let me just tell you this. I will isolate myself at church. Completely isolate myself from church. In church, okay? I will be completely fine with talking to the kids and speaking to the teens and teaching them the scriptures and everything, but I will not be fine talking to the parents and the youth pastors and all that type of stuff. There was a meeting that happened, and they all the parents and everything, and it was like a class or whatever. They were all eating. They went into the lunchroom, and they were all eating the tables and everything. And I knew they were going to be in there, so I kind of tried to avoid it. And, to avoid conversation, I would put my headphones in, and I will just not care what people say, And I was walking past the doorway, and I'm just taking out the garbage because I wanted to do something to keep myself occupied so I didn't end up sitting next to people or talking to people. So I was taking out the garbage, I was cleaning the floors and all this type of stuff. So I was walking through the lunchroom to see if there's any more trash cans that I have to empty. And one of the pastors looks at me and goes like, "Hey, you hungry? How about you grab something to eat, and sit right next to us. Sit with us." And I look over and I'm like, "I'm fine." And I walk away. And during that time, I was like, okay, he knows that I hate it. I hate going and talking to people. I hate like building relationships because I feel like I'm going to destroy them. And he calls me out on this in public, and I hated that fact. Hated that. Like that right there, I was like, why? Why would you do that? And then later on, I got home and I was thinking about that, and I'm like, maybe I should have. Like, I didn't even have to talk. I could have just sat there and drank a Diet Coke or something. Like, at least sat next to people. But, I don't know. I lack the people that need to meet me halfway. I'm going to say that as a fact. I lack the people that need to meet me halfway. I don't have that in my life right now. To meet me halfway and know where I'm going through and know in pain. I hate it when people give me advice about fear when they've always been raised in the Christian church. Okay? Like their dad was a pastor, and he was always the pastor's kid. He always did everything right. He was raised right, and blah, 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 and this and that. And then he tries to give me advice on like fear and overcoming it and all this type of stuff. you know, and he won't listen to why I fear. You see what I mean? So I don't take his advice.
Today, I don't have to fall apart. I don't have to let the damage consume me and my shadows see through me, 'cause fear in itself will reel you in and spit you out over and over again. Believe in yourself and you will walk. Now fear in itself will use you up and break you down like you were never enough.
Dude, it's so different hearing it in a lyrical like perspective. Like when people say it to you, you just kind of like brush it off and everything. But when it's in lyrical, like musical form, it's different. It has a different vibe and a different meaning to it. You know what I mean? And his movements make it so, you know, instead of just being told right in the face, like, don't do this and don't do that, don't give in and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, can you shut up? You know? And then you watch this and his movements and his speech and the musical background, it makes it really more different. And it makes me want to think about it more. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know. I'm going crazy. I'm trying to not get too personal. Like I want to, but I don't want to. You know what? I don't.
I used to fall, but now I get back on. I'm moving on. Oh God, just move
Reminds me so much of that pagan at the beach. I'm not trying to be mean, but that his face literally, when he's doing that right now, it just reminds me of that pagan at the beach who always talks to me and gets in a conversation with me. I don't know his face. I don't know. Sorry, got off track.
today. I don't have to fall apart, and I don't have to be afraid.
So the interesting part is when he says, I do not have to fall apart, and I don't have to be afraid. It's funny to say this, but the fear that I have of being like rejected and being like, you know, being the one that causes the pain and blah, 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 I don't feel like it tears me down. I really don't. I feel like it actually builds me up and it pushes me to do more. And I don't, how can I say this? Because it's weird. You know, I guess it tears you down at a certain part of your life and a certain part of you, but pushes you to thrive and do better in one other part. So my fear like tears me down in the conversation and relationship part, but it pushes me to go out and not be afraid to be rejected by people, not friends. For some reason, that's a whole different category for me. Like being rejected by friends and then random people is completely different. I can be rejected by these people, but I can't stand my mental mind cannot stand being like pushed away by people. And so I don't put myself in positions that do that. But fear tears me down. It makes me afraid to want to be in a relationship, but it also pushes me to think and not care about being rejected and pushed away by random people. Dude, I need help.
Get back up! Get up!
What I really like about this right now is that he's doing exactly what we should be doing as Christians, is standing up and announcing it outwardly and brave, is to just proclaim it in Jesus' name, like proclaim it. That's what we need to be doing. Man, I'm liking this guy. I don't even know if this guy's Christian or not, but his music is great so far, and I'm loving it, and I'm buying his music when I have the chance.
ask for more. If you're bitter,
So beautiful.
still, ask him to help you carry on.
I'm gonna let you know right now, if you even dare try to help me deal with my problems, I'm not going to accept it. I won't open up to people. Like I said, I feel comfortable talking to a camera and then uploading it instead of talking to a physical being. So it's weird. It's I don't know, it's stupid, but song was amazing. I love it. So again, a lot of this I can relate to. And again, it's you could say it's like split personality type stuff. I don't know. You can call it whatever, but I have like two different types of fear of people I know and random people I don't know. And fear helps me in one way, and then it kind of like tears me down in another way. But I will tell you on now, I'm not gonna ever open up, or I might. I never know. Like, I want help. I've asked for help, and let me just tell you what happened. So I gave my number to the pastor of my church, and well, he never texted back. Even right after that, he just completely kind of like went silent, you know. And that was after I posted a photo on Instagram saying like, you know, it was like, I think it was like a story of something that I wrote, was saying like, hey, like me, hey, I wonder if you know, so and so is hanging out at the beach today, and then it says person or people, yeah, we'll let you know if we're going to the beach. We'll call you up so we can hang out. And me, okay, man, oh great, that's awesome, I'm excited, maybe this is a great opportunity to grow and have a relationship with people. And then them never calling back, me looking on their Facebook or Instagram, finding out that they did go and they did hang out with families and everything, and that's why. And then right after that, the pastor like texted me saying that we do care, we love you, we want you to be better, we blah blah blah, this and that, excuses. That's what I take it as, excuses. And so I said, okay, if you really care, here's my number, you know, here's my number, call me, you know, let's have a conversation, let's talk, let's hang out then. And right after that, it was like he went dark. He went completely dark, never texted, never called, never did anything. He just went silent. And it continued that way for like a long time. I would say about a couple months. We would even go to church and it would be like, hi, how are you? And then I would be like, good, you know? And then I got so fed up because of that. And this is one reason why I deleted my Facebook, was because a lot of the families would always say that, you know, we'll keep you in mind if we go to the beach or we go, you know, on the island and go here and blah, 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 and this and that. And they all know I ride my bike, and I'm willing to ride my bike long distances just to hang out with people. And no one would call, and it would be like me going like, okay, maybe they didn't do anything. And then I went on Facebook, and they would be out at the beach. They would be going mini golfing with families, you know? And I'm like sitting here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. So I deleted my Facebook, okay? That was one reason. That was the biggest reason why I deleted my Facebook, because it was tearing me down that way. But later on, the pastor gave me his number after I deleted my conversation of it, and I deleted him. I unfollowed him. I unfollowed basically a lot of people from my church. I'm not having it anymore. And then he gave me his number, and so that kind of like sat in my DM for a very long time. And I decided, okay, I'll give him a call, you know. And my fear was this is gonna be a waste of time. He's not gonna care. Why should I do this? And you know what? I went in to the conversation, and I started talking to him and why I felt this way. And it was a simple, this is the part that, you know, this is why I don't really like to talk to people, is because the conversation, like I would write paragraphs of why I feel a certain way and why I want help but I don't want help, and why I want community but I hate community. And he would say, I'll pray for you, or something very small, like a few words, you know, one line. And then he wouldn't text back. You know what I mean? It's like you reaching out to a friend for advice, and you tell him how you feel, and then he just responds, oh man, dude, that sucks, dude. That sucks. And then never texts you back. At that point, I said, you know what, forget it. You know, I've tried. I'm not doing it. And so I deleted his number. So if he's wondering why I haven't been texting him, it's because I deleted it. And I'm not doing it. Like, if I want help, I'm not going to anybody in the church. I'm gonna go to some like Christian like dude. Overall, I know you guys probably don't want to hear my problems of trust and my problems of fear and rejection. You don't want to hear it. I know you don't. You could probably have already clicked off this video, which I wouldn't blame you. But overall, this song, it was really touchy. I really liked it. The setting, the music, the beat behind everything that he was saying made the words speak out more. Oh boy.